Hello, everyone, and welcome to the actual finale of Sonic and the Black Knight. IGN joke. I can't think of one right now. Sorry. What?
Well, good night, everybody. See you next OP.
That fell flat at the end there.
Okay, so anyway, why won't this part get monetized?
I said that off screen.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Nice setup there, Ted.
but the final boss fight with Merlina, there's a giant cutscene that precedes it, and for whatever reason, Sega flagged that particular cutscene to just automatically claim monetization. I think it blocked back in 2009, 2010 when this game initially came out. I think people actually had to maybe change something about the video in order to be able to upload it. But I just know that
just mirror it.
Yeah, mirror it, that too. But I just remember that cutscene in particular, and I never saw that with the Sonic series in any other game. I never really saw that with Colors or Generations or Lost World or anything. It was just during that one brief moment of time where game developers were like, hey, we can make these cutscenes blocked on YouTube. And so they did.
Yeah, because even today, Sega is actually one of the more lenient companies when it comes to...
Well, that's because they know that people
idea.
making funny videos about Sonic is the only reason why he's relevant.
He's still alive.
Except in Forces, where you can't stream any of the very amazingly made story cutscenes.
Yeah, this cutscene is blocked from being shared.
Oh, good. I have an Elgato that circumvents all that. Thanks.
I mean, this was something that Nintendo did for a couple of years back, 2012, 2013. Was a big thing where Nintendo didn't want...
Nintendo were big pricks.
Yeah, I mean, they're much better about it now than they were for a while. The Nintendo Creators Program, or whatever the hell it was called, was trash fire, but...
You do all the work and we'll give you 1 penny.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh,
but now...
Oh, hot dog!
I mean, there's still, copyright stuff that they do, but... I mean, granted, we're saying this, but the reason why stuff like that exists is because of stuff that will happen with the Pokemon Shield and Sword thing that just happened at the time of this recording. Where, 3 weeks before the game comes out, somebody dumps literally the entire source code onto the internet, and then everybody goes nuts because we can't have nice things on the internet.
Well, I would say this may be somewhat a controversial opinion in the group, especially given what we're doing. But whenever game developers do that, I'm always on their side. I'm like, it's your game, you the fuck you, I don't care.
I mean, yeah,
I know. I'm sure it's annoying for people like Johnny, who this is their livelihood, because the strip club wouldn't hire him. But it's just I always kind of...
And I tried. God knows I did.
He worked that pole like a motherfucker. But it's just if it is a weird thing. I know some people will like to always cite fair use, and yes, there's to an extent you can use that. But I'm always just if a video game company is I don't want you using my video game for YouTube. I'm kind of I get it. It's your game, mate. You do what you want.
I actually agree as well, because I mean, I wouldn't...
Fuck you, Johnny.
I mean, it's different. Well, I mean, I think especially in terms of what we're doing right now versus an actual review, Johnny is doing, because what Johnny
Reviews
is doing as
reviews are
reviews,
definitely fair use.
Yes.
But literally, what we're doing right now is just watching
taking
the
shit over
gameplay.
Sega's IP.
It is, well, here's the thing. Technically, very technically, it is a transformative work because we're adding commentary over it.
Yeah.
Visually, nothing's changed. Unless you do a lot of visual funny edits.
But the thing is that we're not even criticizing or talking about the game 80% of the time. We're talking about who Lorelei should end up with.
Yes.
No, Luke, it's not a question. It's not a question. It's fucking Luke. It's the only one, Ted. So it's just fucking Luke, all right? Stop.
How did you feel about the Netflix special?
We don't talk about it here in the life. We just don't. I like a lot of Gilmore fans. They started off with promise, but Rory Gilmore is the worst person who ever lived.
She is pretty bad, from what I've seen.
She is so bad. She is so entitled. She doesn't see her own entitlement. She's such a terrible person. It's the fact that she's constantly cheating on her boyfriend for a year, and it's supposed to be a funny joke. that she keeps sleeping with more people and forgets to dump her boyfriend. It's like, nah, you're kind of a piece of shit, Rory Gilmore.
I would like to point out that I fell through the ground there.
Yes. I guess it's technically not there as soon as it starts crumbling.
It's
so.
fine. It's fine. The floor is a transformative work. It just.
It is transforming into being a bridge into not being a bridge.
Oh, that dreaded fair use bit.
No copyright law in the
law.
universe is gonna. Oh no, shit!
Curse you, YouTube!
Now watch how I
just
backflipped just
want-
so that I was sure that the ground had fallen.
Based on what Johnny said, I'm just gonna start putting Transformers into all my YouTube videos now. It's a transformative work.
This took my advice a little literally. How about like a modern uptake of that, with like that line in Sonic Colors? There's no copyright law in the universe is going to stop me. And Eggman just falls, yeah, but the algorithm's going to bury the fuck out of your channel.
Sonic, your channel's not safe for kids. You're fucked.
Sonic and the alt-right videos in the recommended section.
Oh Jesus! Sonic and the recommended video selection. Oh Christ!
So wait, why are neo-Nazi videos in my recommended section? Well, you made a video about video games, sir. And what does that have to do with anything?
That's it?
So Sonic, your franchise had an entire video game where the enemies were called the Black Arms, and you consistently pointed out that it's kind of not cool this day and age, Sonic. Fuck you.
We have to destroy all those black creatures.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
an actual line in a Sonic game.
Jesus Christ!
I'm telling you, that wasn't me. That was my cousin. That was this, edgy guy.
It wasn't me. It was the black hedgehog. Fucking hell, Sonic!
It's not even like just a shadow or whatever. Knuckles says it. Sonic says it. I'm pretty sure like Tails even at one point is like, we have to stop those black creatures.
They're corrupting our youth.
I remember the TV show X-Play accused Shadow the Hedgehog of being racist because.
Oh
of that.
yeah, I remember that. They were just.
Yeah.
They just do a montage of all the times they talk bad about the black creatures.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I missed that show. I like X-Play.
I remember
like ages
actually.
ago.
This is a long. Oh god, this is probably like 2009, I think. I remember them actually airing like E3 on TV on X-Play. And
Yeah, that was like 2006, 7 or so.
Yeah, it was like
yeah, they
mid-2000s.
once streaming
When G4 was
services
still a
like
thing.
popped up. Well, then not even like Netflix or anything. Like once Twitch started to exist in a major way, like companies just stopped putting that kind of thing on TV because
Because there's no point.
nobody
Yeah.
watches it on TV. Like
Yeah.
so.
Earliest game reviews I remember where I can't remember what show it was. It was like early to mid 90s, and it was almost like a game show sort of thing.
Oh yeah, like Nickelodeon would have something like that every once in a while.
Yeah, but the most competent ones I remember early as a kid was like when Tom from Toonami would occasionally review games. Because he would do like Mario Sunshine, and I remember he did Katamari Damacy at one point. It was like, what? It's like Tom. It's like Steve Bloom reviewing Katamari Damacy. Okay.
Do you remember the weird lore to Tom from Toonami where he dies?
Oh yeah, they
at
had
one
like
point?
they had like
Yeah.
all these events with him.
Fucking
No, I think they're
traumatizing.
doing. I think at the time of this recording, they're doing one now.
What? It's still okay. You know what?
They're doing another event.
I'm proud of Tom. He's still got work. You know, he's
HFC's doing great these days, yeah.
Not that Tom.
there's multiple people named Tom.
I'm-
You know
I'm
that,
proud
right?
of you, Tom.
You remember when Tom from HFC got murdered by that liquid goo in space?
And then it turned into his girlfriend. Because he like
I don't remember this at all.
I'm just gonna say you guys remember the Nintendo phone way differently than I do.
man, this is a fun boss fight.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Ah,
I was doing facetious.
But facetiousness.
Not familiar with this one.
Facetious.
Okay, have you
Facetious,
seen?
go.
Okay, John, have you seen the Sword and Shield Pokemon at this point? Okay,
No.
hold on a moment. I am going to put because the game's out in
At the time
Europe.
this goes up, yes.
Yeah, but it doesn't
Yeah.
release.
I see. I remember the. I remember the sheep. And I
Okay,
remember
hold
the-
on.
Have you seen the Apple Pokemon?
I'm gonna show you what the look in our general tab for the moment and see what the fossil Pokemon of the generation looks like.
Oh yeah, that thing.
That poor thing
Dracovish?
is suffering every moment of its life.
It's like a Christmas dinosaur.
Fish. It's a Christmas dinosaur
Fish.
that can't
Fish.
breathe even though it's designed to run. It needs to be put out of its misery.
Every moment I live is agony.
What? Wait. So what is it? Was it a Mr. Meeseeks or something?
So the joke in Pokemon Sword and Shield is that for the fossil Pokemon, you give 2 different fossils to this scientist, and she puts them together and makes a abomination of science. And each one of them is like genetically deformed, and bringing them into life is unethical because you're only bringing them into the world to suffer. Like, multiple versions of them say, like, they hurt themselves when they use their powers, or they're unable to eat because its mouth is in the wrong spot, or it can't breathe even though it runs above water. They're all terrible. Like, I feel so...
Well, Dracovish is an easy fix. Just put a water bowl over its head.
Okay, you know what?
Unless its gills are up its ass.
Put a water bowl up its ass?
Yeah. Or just cover the... Actually, I don't know. Yeah, this is a mistake.
It's a suppository.
I love how the last 4 missions we just did are completely pointless.
Now's the time.
No, it opened the barrier for something to get. I would say this piece of music into the Dark Hollow. Mwah, so fucking good. Of course, unfortunately, Sonic Carman was involved with this, so it's instantly trash.
Damn you, Sonic R-Man.
Now I'm imagining like Sonic Man from Sonic 06, but it's just an R on his shirt.
Well, no, it's
Yeah.
literally it's like, so Sonic R-Man, that's been an FTCR joke for a number of years. A while back, somebody took fucking the Henry Cavill Superman suit, put on Richard Jog's face, but changed the S to the Sonic R
On my
on his suit.
on my planet, it stands.
On my
It
planet,
stands for a 90s pop.
No, on my planet, it stands for making a unsolicited remix just for social media likes.
That's really long.
Yeah, that's why we shortened it to just R.
Can we just call it an R?
So in this cutscene where Selena just goes extremely emo.
Everything is going to die one day, so that means that I should kill everything because
It's all gonna die someday, so I should kill it so it doesn't die later.
Her plan is to make it live forever. To which Sonic is like, no, let us die, please, I beg of you.
I've seen what this franchise becomes. I'm not living forever.
Please, let me die.
Sonic, have you ever seen the first? You haven't fucking seen the first design for my movie yet? Fucking no, let me die.
Hedgehogs aren't meant to last this long. It's getting weird.
Knuckles should have died years ago. This is fucking weird. Right, Doctor Strange, look at that shit.
All right, symbolism. We foreshadowed this, guys.
What good is a world that goes
I would have loved it if after that he just goes, "You're fucking mental, love."
So, like, here's the thing.
What good is a world that goes on forever? Climate change isn't real.
Oh God! Speaking of Pokemon Sword and Shield, Jesus
The
Christ!
Earth is flat.
Like, no, I'm not even kidding right now. The plot of Pokemon Sword and Shield is that climate change isn't a big problem. We don't have to worry about it. Don't. Oh God! I'm gonna rant. I'm gonna stop myself right now.
Well, I don't know if you're playing the credits over again. But just do it either.
Well, I mean, I'd also rather not talk about Pokemon because I like the comment section being, you know, the usual Sonic dumpster fire, as opposed to putting the Sonic dumpster fire and the Pokemon dumpster fire together.
No, but you see the two negative forces will
That's
cancel
not
each other out
how
and
it
if they
works,
avoid.
John!
I'm just,
I'm
guys,
pretty
I'm
sure
just
it's
saying,
how
I
it
don't
works.
understand why you all hate Skyward Sword. I will say, I think this is the first time in a cutscene, and it wouldn't happen again until Forces, where we literally see Sonic get his ass handed to him, like in a cutscene form. I remember playing this game for the first time, and you know, that's kind of neat because normally we always just see him succeed every time.
But in the beginning of Shadow the Hedgehog, he is beaten by something.
But no, that's not part of the story though. That's just a little scene made for the intro.
But
scene, so
it
actually part of
counts
the canon
because
story.
I need to make it an argument, because if I don't win a debate, then my life is pointless. I mean, what?
No, Sonic. There is no point in continuing.
So now I guess it's the prison shiv of legend.
Fleece his foe, right?
She's like, what?
I think my ribs are broken. But I can still
Okay,
fight.
Sonic ran out of rings like an hour ago.
No longer has anything to do.
Yeah, he's got infinite lives, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that would just mean that he starts at the beginning of the pummeling every single time.
It was never about chivalry for me. I never hold doors open for ladies.
I'm just a dick.
I hate everyone equally.
No, but seriously, I keep the fuck out
Dude,
of this.
I fucking love this. Used to be my ringtone. This is fucking so good.
Yeah.
I used to SA1. It doesn't matter. Is one of my favorite pieces of just as a melody. It's one of my favorite pieces of music ever. So
Yeah,
fucking
have to
good.
agree.
So,
This design is just this scene is so fucking. I'm sorry, this scene is so anime. What is with the little cape that comes out his ass?
I
Like
I
in a
guess
second,
Sonic is
what
channeling his inner. I guess
Coveralls that don't quite
Coverall.
I guess Sonic is
Fucking
channeling his
Freddy,
inner
wipe my
Saint Seiya or
ass.
something.
this is still the most bizarre thing that I've ever seen. Oh god, I forgot that happens.
Yeah. Is this after the November?
This cutscene is in the middle of the Venn diagram of like fucking stupid and pretty badass. This cutscene is in that Venn diagram.
That's why I must do what I must do.
So if we're talking about music in this game that's good, this is actually one of, I think, the better final boss
Oh,
themes.
with me. Oh, so
With me is
fucking
fantastic.
badass.
I mean, the actual final boss is but the music's okay.
Also, this is if you want to get on a technical level, this is a game where Sonic doesn't achieve a new super. This is just a suit of armor. Sonic himself has not transformed into a new form. He's literally just in some armor that gives him the gift of flight, apparently. Because okay,
It's the gold armor from Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
there you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
but we already got hit, so it's gone now. And then you see
that was
Sonic
fast.
pops out. He wasn't wearing underwear before the armor came on, but when it pops off, he is.
Fly. What if the camera just stayed all the way far back? I can't do fucking nothing, mate. I'm just.
So, like, I don't know. Sorry, I'm kind of brain dead at the moment, if you couldn't tell.
Power over me.
Was the climate change in Sword and Shield?
Look, okay, okay, fine, I will rant about it. So, like, there's no plot for, like, 80% of that game, which, I mean, okay, lol.
Have you played it already?
Yeah, Derek,
He's played the
yeah,
entire
Derek
thing.
needed help recording the footage from the other version of the game for Game Explain. So he sent me that version. He sent me Shield version, and so I got to play.
You got it early?
Yeah, I got it early, and I didn't have to pay for
Nice.
it. So, good for me.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, which I mean is good because I wouldn't have bought it.
She's the Borg.
But
She's the Borg Queen, Johnny. It's the fucking Borg Queen.
But anyway, there's like no plot going on through like 90% of the game, and at the very end of the main story, there's the chairman of the corporation, and he's like, "Yo, champion dude, we don't have unlimited energy in all of these giant Godzilla battles we're doing for these Pokemon fights. We have to stop doing that because we'll run out of energy eventually if we don't do that." And then the champion's like, "Nah, brah, they're cool." And so the chairman's like, "Okay, then, I guess I'll just have to figure it out myself." And so he summons a Pokemon that he thinks will give them the energy they need, but it causes problems, and then you beat them up, basically. But basically, the point is that the game basically makes the argument, no, we shouldn't worry about the stability of our energy resources, or, you know, making a long-term plan for the future where we're able to sustain ourselves in future generations. No, waste it on frivolous crap. So that just made me upset.
Godzilla battles.
Consume.
It just made me upset considering that we live in an actual world where we've thrown away like most of our supply of helium, which is needed for medical equipment on like parades, and we're gonna run out of oil by 2020. and well, maybe 2020. I think it's 2030. Whatever. Who cares? We're all gonna die, which is why.
I was like 2020. That's next month.
That's tomorrow.
What a chipper BrainScratch commentary.
I love how Ted. I love how after mocking her earlier, Ted has literally become Melina.
I know. That's that. I was just about to say. So you know what? She's right. Like.
Somebody give
Marlena did nothing
somebody
wrong.
give Ted a flower to shut him up.
That nobody's ever given me a flower before. That would actually be really nice.
Climate change is going to kill us all, so let's enjoy time while we have it.
So let's play some more video games.
Sonic, don't you think we
Sonic
should?
the Hedgehog.
Sonic, don't you think we should instead spend that time trying to, clean the environment and make sure we have resources? Video games.
It just cuts to the squirt gun fight from Zoolander.
Oh yeah, but it's all Sonic characters.
That's how Knuckles died. Oh yeah, and we also forgive her for trying to, take over the world and whatnot.
I am the sacred sword Caliburn. I am the one who decides who is worthy of the
You're a fucking sword, mate. All right? I don't give a shit. He's like,
Look,
he's like, I
strange women distributing swords is not a good basis for a form of government.
No, I'd love it if he just goes like, I decide who's the real king. Me.
So okay, Gareth, explain to me this: if King Arthur is
Yeah.
supposed to come back and rule Britain when stuff goes bad one day,
Yeah.
and you've gone through 2 world wars, and that wasn't good enough, how
Yeah.
bad do things have to get for him to finally pull his ass out of his head
Ted,
and show up?
Ted, you're a Marvel fan. Sonic is just England's Captain Marvel. Fucking when after Mario has wiped out 50% of all life, Sonic shall return.
Look,
from the heavens.
there was stuff on the other side of the universe she had to
fuck
do
off.
off-screen.
Fuck
You mean that
off.
wasn't as important as stopping Thanos?
Yeah, and it's like
King Arthur stops
Well, no,
Brexit.
it's seriously, it's like, I mean, I know that they've said that they write these movies as they go along. But when you look at the MCU as a whole, it's just like, so you're telling me during the fucking Chitauri invasion, where there was nukes involved, Fury was like, you know what? I'm gonna save her. I'm gonna save her for next time. It's fine. If it happens again, I'll call it. It's like Captain Marvel was like if you play Streets of Rage, Captain Marvel was the police like bazooka, and Nick Fury wants to save that for the final level.
I
So
mean,
he's just gonna keep that. As
is
long
that
as possible.
is he wrong though? I mean, what if there's another super
I-
boss? You're gonna
I
need those
won't
mega
lie.
elixirs, man. Come on.
I won't lie. I would have called Captain Marvel during the Chitauri invasion. I would have done that. Maybe not for Ultron, but for the Chitauri invasion, I certainly would have fucking called Captain Marvel for that.
Look, okay, so I mean, granted, yes, the reason why he didn't call her is
Also
because
during Ant-Man.
why?
There's a tiny guy in a yellow suit scaring me with Thomas the Tank Engine, please. Please, Captain Marvel, step on this guy. For the love of God. It's the guy from House of Cards. Fucking hell. Let's kill him.
What's in the context of the movie? Is Nick Fury like a kid who's afraid of a spider and asks his dad to get it for him?
Oh my God, it's Spider-Man. Kill him.
So, you know that episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob gets the ability to call Mermaid Man whenever he wants? My thought process is that Nick Fury, for like the first 5 years he's got the beeper, he's like, he beeps Captain Marvel and she comes over and he's like, yeah, so I'm thinking Mexican, so do you want to go for like burritos or and then she just gets so sick of his shit that she just doesn't pick up the beeper for the next like 15 years. And that's why Avengers 1 and 2 happened. That's just my fan theory, okay? Like, if you want to argue my extensive MCU lore knowledge, alright, I didn't watch a season and a half of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for nothing, okay? Like, I think I know my stuff, alright?
I just think in context of Infinity War, after all the shit Nick Fury has seen, it's just because he sees like a helicopter slightly crash into a building. Oh, fucking hell, mate. We're gonna need space bits for this one.
Look,
It's just like...
somebody turned into fairy dust in front of him, alright? This is a big
So
deal.
you waited a number of years to call Captain Marvel after the fact?
Sure, okay, look, nobody said that he was the smartest cookie in the block.
Actually, the movies do. The first Avengers literally says that about Nick Fury.
What? That he's...
They say he is like the super spy. Tony Stark implies he's like one of the smartest people.
No, okay.
around.
No, what they implies is that he knows a lot of things. Knowing things and being smart are two different things. Because I can tell you there are a lot of
knowledgeable
people.
and being intelligent.
I mean, knowing the other 3 smartest guys in Marvel, I guess, between Tony Stark, Reed Richards, and Doctor Doom.
Reed Richards doesn't exist, and neither does Doctor Doom. In terms of the MCU, it would be Tony Stark, Bruce Banner, and once they know of her, Shuri. Is it Shuri?
Yeah, Shuri.
Yeah, Shuri.
Yeah, but it's more like, okay, Nick Fury isn't smarter than all those
And Rocket
people,
Raccoon.
but he also knows how to get into their phone and take their dick pics. So,
And Tony Stark's got a bunch of drunken dick pics.
oh, dozens, hundreds probably.
in and out of the suit.
You see Captain America's phone. It buzzes at 2 in the morning, and then he opens it, and then there's just a picture of Tony Stark's dick, and then Steve just replies to Tony, wrong number, dude.
And then Tony just goes, no, all you needed was some good hard dicking.
Maybe you're right,
do,
Tin Man.
Shellhead. Maybe I do. I know we've talked over this with MCU nonsense, but I love Live Life. I like it.
Yeah, Live Life is really good.
I love this
It's
song.
fine.
Okay.
It thanked all of the fans in the special thanks, but
You
even by
thanked me?
2009, I'm pretty sure that that's got to be sarcastic. Because even by that point, I'm pretty sure Sega knew. They had to have known.
We've been on the Sonic Retro forums. Thanks, fans.
So yeah, this is a video game.
Yeah, it's one of the most middle-of-the-road Sonic games to me.
That's what happened.
When do we do multiplayer secret rings?
Part of the tale of King Arthur.
Why?
Or Black Knight.
There's multiplayer in Black Knight?
Yeah, you can play a silver.
There's
You can
silver?
play Silver and Jet the Hawk. He'll rat your neck.
Yeah.
Are they knights or are they just...
Yeah, they're knights.
They're nice, yeah.
What knights are they?
I think Jet is it Silver is Shadow's son, isn't it?
Yeah.
And,
Wait,
Yeah.
Shadow... So hold on. So I'm pretty sure that Amy, the Lady of the Lake, is King Arthur's wife, right? So...
Yikes! Put down that hammer! Jane, stop this crazy thing!
So what you're saying is that Shadow and Amy had sex and Silver's their son?
Yes.
In context of the Arthurian legend, yes, and Ted, can you use your editing trickery to when the title of the book goes from King Arthur to Sonic and the Black Knight, can you just change that instead of Sonic and the Black Knight, just to fuck you, Richard Jocks?
It might look really half-assed, but yes, I can do that.
Okay, good. But yes, Silver is Shadow's love child, which is funny because one of the things in 06 is people thought that Silver
A Shadow's descendant,
was going to be either Shadow's descendant or Shadow from just an older Shadow.
Would that have been
Might be.
better or worse?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.